Hello, dear chosen ones. It is a great pleasure to have you here with us. Today, I want to invite you to reflect on some themes that are often seen as pillars of spirituality: the veil, ascension, and consciousness. These concepts are widely discussed, but are we really seeing what they truly mean? Or are our interpretations sometimes influenced by the ego? Have you heard about the veil that separates the physical world from the spiritual? For many, it represents a barrier between us and the divine. But what if, in fact, this veil is not a real barrier, but rather a metaphor for our fear of the unknown and death? The fact is that spiritual messages and energies are always around us, flowing freely, without the need for rituals or specific dates. Understanding this helps us realize that the limitations are more in our perception than in real barriers. Another essential theme is the idea of ascension. Often, we believe that this spiritual process is something reserved only for a few chosen ones. But that is not true. We all have the capacity to grow spiritually and connect with the divine. The difference is not in who can or cannot ascend, but in how each person faces challenges and learns from life's experiences. And what about consciousness? Being conscious is something we can all achieve because we are all connected to a greater force. Recognizing this unity and the beauty that exists in each of us is what truly matters on the spiritual journey. In this video, we will explore all of this in a simple and inspiring way, focusing on self-knowledge, humility, and connection with the divine. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take this opportunity to join this community of light and reflection. The concept of the veil is something many of us have heard about, but what does it really mean? This veil is often described as a separation between the physical world, which we can see and touch, and the spiritual world, which is more subtle and profound. For many, this idea of a veil may seem a bit confusing, but let's explore this together. Imagine that the veil is like a curtain covering a window. When the curtain is closed, you cannot see what is on the other side. You may have an idea of what exists, but you cannot see clearly. The same happens with the spiritual veil. It symbolizes the limitations we have in our perception. Our senses are limited, and this can prevent us from perceiving the richness and depth of the spiritual world that surrounds us. This veil is not something fixed or immutable. In special moments, such as during rituals, meditations, or even in moments of silence and introspection, this barrier can become thinner. It is as if the curtain is pulled a little to the side, allowing the light and energies of the spiritual world to enter our reality. In these moments, we can feel a stronger connection with the divine and perceive messages that we would normally not notice. The chosen ones, those who have a special sensitivity, often manage to perceive these messages more clearly. They have an innate ability to pick up the energies and vibrations that are around us. This sensitivity is a divine gift, a present that connects them uniquely with God. It is as if they have an open channel to the spiritual, allowing them to receive guidance and insights that can help not only themselves, but also others. This special connection does not mean that the chosen ones are better or more important than others. We all have the capacity to connect with the divine, but the chosen ones may have a different role. They are called for a unique purpose, which often involves guiding and inspiring those around them. They can be beacons of light in times of darkness, helping others see beyond the veil and perceive the beauty of the spiritual world. When we talk about the veil, it is important to remember that it can also be a source of comfort. Many people fear the unknown, especially when it comes to spiritual matters and the afterlife. The veil can be seen as a protection, a way to give us time to prepare for what lies beyond. It allows us to live our physical lives while slowly connecting with the spiritual. Sometimes we may feel that the veil is thicker, making it difficult to perceive the messages and energies around us. This can happen in moments of stress, sadness, or confusion. In these moments, it is important to remember that the veil is not permanent. We can work to make it thinner again. Practices such as meditation, prayer, and moments of silence can help open our perception and connect us with what is beyond. Spirituality is a personal journey, and each of us has our own path. The veil can be seen as an invitation to explore our own spirituality more deeply. By allowing ourselves to feel and perceive what is beyond, we can discover new dimensions of ourselves and the world around us. The chosen ones, with their special sensitivity, can help us better understand this process. They can share their experiences and insights, showing us that we can all learn to see beyond the veil. This journey is not just about us, but about how we can connect with one another and with the divine. When we begin to see the veil as an opportunity for growth and learning, we can open ourselves to new spiritual experiences. Life is full of mysteries, and the veil invites us to explore them with curiosity and love. By doing so, we can discover the beauty that exists in each of us and in the connection we have with the universe. Ascension is a theme that many people associate with ideas of growth and spiritual evolution. But what does it really mean to ascend? To understand this, we need to see ascension as a personal and collective journey. It is not just an abstract concept, but a fundamental part of our spiritual walk. Ascending is about growing, learning, and connecting more deeply with God. When we talk about ascension, we are referring to the process of elevating our soul and spirit. This involves leaving behind old patterns, limiting beliefs, and everything that prevents us from living fully. Each of us has the capacity to embark on this journey. No matter where you are in your spiritual life, there is always room for growth and evolution. The chosen ones, in particular, have a special role in this process. They are not better or more important than others, but they possess spiritual gifts that empower them to inspire, heal, and guide humanity. These gifts can manifest in various ways, such as the ability to listen, understand, and offer support to those in need. The chosen ones are like beacons of light, helping others find their way in the darkness. Ascension is a continuous process. It is not something that happens all at once, but rather a series of steps we take throughout life. Each experience, each challenge, and each lesson helps us align more with the divine. As we become more aware of our actions and thoughts, we begin to see how we can bring more light into the world. This alignment with the divine is essential for ascension. When we connect with God, we begin to understand our greater purpose. This connection gives us strength and clarity to face life's challenges. It is as if we are being guided by a higher force, helping us make wiser decisions and act with love and compassion. Ascension also involves using our spiritual talents. Each of us has unique abilities that we can share with the world. These talents may include the ability to listen, heal, teach, or inspire. When we use these gifts to help others, we contribute to the collective ascension of humanity. It is a cycle of giving and receiving, where everyone benefits. Often, the journey of ascension can be challenging. We may face moments of doubt, fear, and insecurity. It is normal to feel lost at times, but it is important to remember that these challenges are opportunities for growth. Each obstacle we overcome strengthens us and brings us closer to our true essence. The chosen ones, with their sensitivity and special connection to the divine, can help us navigate these challenges. They can share their experiences and show us that we are not alone on this journey. Ascension is a walk we take together, supporting one another along the way. When we begin to see ascension as a divine purpose, we can open ourselves to new possibilities. This journey is not just about us, but about how we can positively impact the world around us. By elevating our souls, we also elevate the collective energy of humanity. Ascension is an invitation to live with authenticity and purpose. It is an opportunity to become the best version of ourselves and contribute to a more loving and compassionate world. Every step we take toward ascension is a step toward the light, and this light has the power to transform not only our lives, but also the lives of everyone around us. Therefore, embrace your journey of ascension. Allow yourself to grow, learn, and connect with the divine. Remember that you are part of something greater and that your light is needed in the world. Together, we can create a path of love, hope, and transformation. Spiritual consciousness is a powerful quality that we can all develop. It goes beyond the simple understanding of what we see around us. Being conscious is recognizing that there is a divine presence in everything that surrounds us. It is realizing that each person, each situation, and each experience has a deeper meaning. This perception helps us act according to spiritual principles, guiding our actions and decisions. For many, spiritual consciousness may seem like a distant concept, but in reality, it is something we can cultivate in our daily lives. It begins with the practice of mindfulness, which teaches us to be present in the moment. When we are attentive, we can perceive the subtleties of life and the messages that the universe sends us. This practice helps us connect with the divine and understand that everything is interconnected. Mindfulness allows us to slow down and observe what is happening around us, rather than getting lost in thoughts about the past or worries about the future. The chosen ones, in turn, have a sharper perception. They possess a special sensitivity that allows them to see beyond appearances. This ability is a gift that connects them uniquely with God. Through this connection, they can understand the mysteries of life in a way that many cannot. They see what lies behind situations and comprehend the lessons that each experience brings. This broader vision is not limited to mundane logic. The chosen ones transcend conventional ways of thinking and act with purpose and truth. When we develop our spiritual consciousness, we begin to realize that we are part of something greater. This understanding helps us act with more compassion and empathy. We start to see others as reflections of ourselves, recognizing that we are all on a journey of learning and growth. This connection inspires us to help one another, to share love, and to create a more harmonious environment around us. When we realize that we are all interconnected, compassion becomes a natural response to the difficulties of others. Consciousness also allows us to better cope with life's challenges. When we are conscious, we can see difficulties as opportunities for learning. Instead of feeling defeated, we begin to understand that each obstacle is a chance for growth. This shift in perspective is fundamental for personal and spiritual transformation. By facing challenges with a learning mindset, we become more resilient and open to new experiences. Ultimately, spiritual consciousness is a journey of discovery and growth. It is a path that leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves, others, and the divine. By embracing this journey, we not only transform our lives, but also become beacons of light for those around us, inspiring them to seek their own truth and live with purpose. This is the true essence of spiritual consciousness, an invitation to live fully and love unconditionally. Authentic spirituality is a journey that invites us to look within ourselves and understand our deepest motivations. One of the greatest challenges we face on this path is the ego. The ego is not something we should completely eliminate, but rather something we need to learn to control. It can be a powerful force that drives us, but it can also divert us from our true purpose if we are not careful. Often, people who consider themselves chosen may fall into the trap of the ego. They may begin to see themselves as superior to others, believing that they have a special knowledge or connection with the divine that places them on a higher level. This distorted view can lead to a separation between them and those they consider less conscious. However, it is essential to remember that the true chosen ones are those who remain humble and recognize that we are all on a journey of learning. The chosen ones do not see themselves as better than anyone else. They are simple people, often working behind the scenes, helping others without seeking recognition or applause. Their true strength lies in their ability to serve and support those around them. They understand that true spirituality is not about status or power, but about love, compassion, and service to others. The ego can manifest in various ways, such as the need to be recognized, the pursuit of validation, or the constant comparison with others. When we allow ourselves to be led by these traps, we lose sight of what truly matters. Spirituality teaches us that we are all equal, regardless of our experiences or knowledge. Each of us has a role to play, and we are all valuable in the tapestry of life. The chosen ones face constant challenges on their journey, as the ego tries to divert them from their purpose. They may be tempted to feel special or to seek recognition for their actions. However, with faith and humility, they manage to overcome these traps. They remember that their mission is to serve others, and that the true divine light shines when we act with love and generosity. Spirituality invites us to cultivate humility and empathy. When we connect with others in a genuine way, we begin to see that we are all fighting our own battles. This understanding helps us set aside the ego and open ourselves to the true light that comes from the divine. Spirituality is not a competition. It is a shared journey. It is important to reflect on our own motivations. Ask yourself, am I acting out of love or out of ego? Am I seeking recognition or am I here to help? These questions can help us keep the ego in balance and align ourselves with our true spiritual essence. When we manage to control the ego, we become more receptive to divine wisdom. This openness allows us to see beyond appearances and understand that we are all part of a greater whole. True spirituality teaches us to value the simplicity and beauty of everyday life. It is in the small acts of kindness and compassion that we find true greatness. The chosen ones are those who, even in the face of the temptations of the ego, remain steadfast in their mission of service. They are examples of humility and love, showing that true spiritual strength comes from an open heart, willing to help. By following their example, we can learn to balance our ego and connect more deeply with the divine. Spirituality is a journey of self-discovery and growth. By working to control our ego, we can open ourselves to the true light that guides us. This light helps us see that we are all equal and that each of us has an important role to play. Together, we can create a more loving and compassionate world where spirituality is lived in action and service to others. Humility is one of the most important pillars of any meaningful spiritual practice. In a world where we are often driven to seek recognition and status, humility reminds us that we are all servants of God. This understanding helps us see that our role is not to be superior, but to illuminate paths for others. When we act with humility, we create a space where love and compassion can flourish. The chosen ones, those who have a special connection with the divine, are living examples of this humility. They do not use their spiritual gifts to elevate themselves above others, but rather to serve and help build a community based on love, respect, and compassion. These individuals understand that their talents are not for their own benefit, but for the common good. They dedicate themselves to supporting those around them, showing that true greatness lies in serving others. When we talk about humility, it is important to remember that it does not mean belittling ourselves or feeling inferior. Humility is recognizing our limitations and accepting that everyone has something to teach. Each person we encounter has a story, an experience, and a wisdom that can enrich us. By adopting a humble posture, we open ourselves to learn from others and to grow together. The chosen ones, with their ability to see beyond appearances, are often called to lead in times of transformation. They do not see themselves as leaders in the traditional sense, but as guides who help illuminate the path for others. Their leadership is based on empathy and understanding, and they inspire those around them to also adopt a posture of humility. This approach creates an environment where everyone feels valued and respected. Humility also helps us face the challenges of life. When we recognize that we do not have all the answers, and that we need each other, we become more resilient. This resilience is essential in times of difficulty, as it allows us to seek support and guidance instead of isolating ourselves. The chosen ones, with their faith and courage, show that facing challenges with humility is a powerful way to grow and evolve. Furthermore, humility allows us to see the divine presence in everything. When we step away from the ego and open ourselves to humility, we begin to realize that God is in each of us. This connection reminds us that we are all part of a greater whole, and that each of us has a role to play. By recognizing the divinity in ourselves and in others, we cultivate a sense of unity and belonging. The chosen ones are undoubtedly divine beings, called to fulfill a sacred purpose. They carry within them a flame that illuminates the path to the new era. This flame is fueled by faith, courage, and resilience. They face challenges with the certainty that they are fulfilling a greater mission, and this determination inspires others to do the same. When the chosen ones act with humility, they make the divine presence visible in the world. Their actions speak louder than words, and their example is a beacon of hope for those seeking a spiritual path. They show that true spirituality is not about being special or superior, but about being a channel of love and light for others. Humility also helps us build stronger and more supportive communities. When everyone feels valued and respected, collaboration and mutual support flourish. This creates an environment where everyone can grow and develop, regardless of their circumstances. The chosen ones, by promoting humility, help create a space where compassion and empathy are the norm. It is important to remember that humility is a continuous practice. It is not something we achieve once and then forget. It is a daily commitment to remain open, to learn from others, and to serve with love. As we cultivate this humility in our lives, we become more connected with the divine and more able to see the beauty and goodness in everything around us. The spiritual journey is an opportunity for growth and transformation. By embracing humility, we allow ourselves to be shaped by the experiences of life and the lessons we learn. This transformation not only benefits us, but also impacts those around us. When we live with humility, we inspire others to do the same, creating a cycle of love and compassion that spreads throughout the community. The spiritual journey of the chosen ones is a testament to God's love for humanity. The veil that separates the worlds, the ascension that elevates our souls, and the consciousness that connects us to the divine are real and powerful aspects of spirituality. However, it is crucial to remember that these concepts should not be seen as barriers that separate us, but as tools that help us navigate our spiritual journey. The chosen ones, as instruments of God, have the responsibility to live with integrity, humility, and purpose, spreading light and hope wherever they go. They are called to serve, guide, and inspire. But this mission comes with an important warning. Beware of the trap of the ego. The ego can distort our perception and lead us to believe that we are superior or special in a way that separates us from others. This illusion can create divisions and distance us from our true spiritual purpose. When we allow ourselves to be led by the ego, we may begin to see the veil, the ascension, and consciousness as exclusive privileges reserved only for a few. This view is misleading and harmful. The truth is that we all have the capacity to connect with the divine, to ascend in our spirituality, and to develop a deeper consciousness. There are no chosen ones in an absolute sense. We are all part of the same spiritual tapestry, and each of us has a role to play. The chosen ones are those who, through their sensitivity and connection to the divine, can help illuminate the path for others. However, this ability does not make them better or more important. They are, in fact, humble servants who recognize that their mission is to support and uplift others. This humility is the true essence of spirituality. When we act with humility, we become channels of love and light, allowing God's presence to manifest in our lives and in the lives of those around us. Spirituality is not about individual achievements or status. It is about creating a world where God's presence is felt in every heart. It is about building communities of love, compassion, and respect, where everyone feels valued and supported. When we focus on serving others, rather than seeking recognition or superiority, we begin to see the true beauty of spirituality. It is essential that as we embark on our spiritual journey, we keep a watchful eye on our ego. We must ask ourselves, am I acting out of love or out of ego? Am I seeking recognition or am I here to help? These reflections will help us remain aligned with our true purpose and avoid the traps that the ego may present to us. Spirituality is a continuous journey of learning and growth. As we become more aware of our actions and motivations, we can open ourselves to the true divine light. This light guides us on our journey and helps us see beyond appearances, allowing us to recognize the divinity in ourselves and in others. Finally, I invite all the chosen ones to reflect on their own experiences. Have you ever found yourselves trapped in the ego's trap? How did this affect your spiritual journey? Sharing these experiences can be a powerful way of learning and growing, not only for you, but also for those around you. Together, we can create a space of support and understanding where everyone can flourish in their spirituality and contribute to a more loving and illuminated world.